Here at Destroy Games, we're solo gamers ourselves. So when designing Skyline Express, we knew we had to create a compelling and challenging solo mode. Let's see how it plays. In this solo game, the player plays against an automa player, which uses a separate deck of tiles to perform its actions. The player is always the starting player and carries out their turn as in a normal multiplayer game. Give the automa their carriage board and a deck of 10 automa tiles used only in this solo mode. Automa also receives one random service tile. On the automa's turn, flip the top card from the automa deck and perform the first action from the top. If the automa is unable to perform it, move on to the next one. If during any action the automa has a few options to choose from, you need to consider a resolving order that goes from left to right in the top row first, and then from left to right in the bottom row. Let's look at the actions the automa can perform. This action shows that the automa picks any available persona tile from the current row and takes a preference tile indicated by the arrow, in this case, first one from the left. Automa places it in a compartment according to its seating preference, in this case, a green compartment by the aisle. If the automa is for any reason unable to place a passenger tile according to the preference tile seating requirement, it takes the next available preference tile and tries again. Please remember that the automa can have only one persona per compartment. The second action means that the automa picks a passenger matching the requirements on the first, according to the resolving order, persona preference tile in its carriage that has an available seat in its compartment. In this case, a purple or a red passenger. If there are two types of passengers to choose from, automa takes the first passenger from the left and places it in that persona's compartment. The third action means that the automa picks a passenger indicated by the number and arrow, in this case the first passenger from the right. If the chosen passenger is of a type corresponding to the preferences of personas with available seats in their compartment, then he should place it in that persona's compartment. In any other case, the passenger should be seated in the first available compartment according to the resolving order. As with the normal player, whenever the automa fills a whole compartment, it receives a ticket token. The moment the automa receives a second ticket token, it must immediately use both ticket tokens and pick one of the available service tiles, which ensure it the most victory points at the given moment. If there is more than one option to choose from, it chooses the topmost one. Now for the scoring phase. The player resolves the scoring phase as in a normal game. The automa, which is very important, doesn't score any points for goal tiles. That is only your job. Automa scores differently depending on the chosen difficulty level. Let's take the medium difficulty as an example. The automa scores 2 points for each pair of passengers of the given colors as in a normal game. So in this case, it wouldn't gain any points for this tile, lucky for us, as there are no green passengers in the whole carriage. And it would gain 2 points because it has one pair of blue and yellow passengers in their carriage. On the medium difficulty level, the automa scores 3 points for the persona which is correctly seated in their compartment. So in this case, 3 points for this persona, plus 1 point for every passenger in their compartment. In this case, 6 points altogether. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 points for this persona and 6 points for this one. At the end of the game, any unused ticket tokens give the automa extra 5 victory points. That's it. Hope you have fun with the solo mode.